Today's class is all about spinal health. We'll be focusing on some small back bends as well as some twists. And when we twist, we want to make sure that we are using our thoracic part of our spine, or also known as our rib cage. We don't want to use our lower spine, as it could cause a little bit of pain and discomfort there. So let's get started flat on our back, just to take a few centering breaths. Deep inhale through the nose and let it out. One more like that. Try to focus in on just the breath, no other thoughts. And last breath in. Let's bring the knees in, kind of round our spine, a great big hug. Maybe rolling around side to side, or you could go up and down. Give our spine a little bit of a massage. And then let's extend the right leg out, keeping the left in, hug it in, and then twist it over to the right. Let's keep that left shoulder blade down. Couple deep breaths here. And back to center. Let's round one more time. And then extend the left leg. Swing that right leg over to the left. Couple more deep breaths. Now be sure every time you're inhaling, you're lengthening the spine. And on the exhale, you're trying to further the twist. Come back to center. And let's plant the feet directly below the knees, plant the palms down and lift up for a bridge. Try not to over engage the glutes. It could compress the low back. Lower your bridge and bring those knees back into together one more time. Now tee out the arms and swing both legs over to the right. With these twists, we want to be sure that we're keeping our chin over our heart. Don't necessarily want to turn the head in the opposite direction, as that could be a little bit unsafe. Dump into the low back, maybe overextend your spine and your twist. Knees back to center, and then over to the other side. And on the inhale, bring the knees back. Rounding one more time, hugging those knees. And this time, let's kind of rock and roll. So we're coming up into a seated position. This time we are going to find our half lord of the fishes. So bring that left leg out, bring that right leg across if you'd like. And then inhale the hands up and twist over to the right. Make sure there's equal pressure between that elbow and the knee. And then inhale back to center, uncross the legs, and then bring this left foot sort of parallel to the front of your mat, wherever it's comfortable, swinging the right leg back for pigeon pose. It's a really good stretch for that iliopsoas. It's a really big muscle, sort of attaches to the lower part of our spine. If we're sitting down all day, it can become compressed, even cause some low back pain. Pigeon is one of my favorite poses. All right, let's sit back, switch it out. So this time the right leg comes out, left leg bent and crosses over. Inhale the hands up and twist over to the left. And then let's untwist and swing the left leg back. Finding our pigeon on the opposite side. You might find in any of these poses that one leg is a little bit tighter than the other one, or one side is tighter than the other one. And that's okay, just acknowledge it, but don't judge it. Swing the legs back around in front one more time. About hips distance apart is where we want our feet. Let's inhale the hands up, lead with the chest toward the toes, toes coming back toward the chest for an easy forward fold. All right, and you can leave your legs out or you can bring them in, crisscross applesauce if you'd like. Let's do a couple of neck rolls. Drop the right ear over to the right shoulder and slowly make your way over to the left side. Dropping the chin to the chest. Once your right ear to right shoulder, go the other direction. Really trying to get our full range of motion in our neck or our cervical spine. Now go ahead and extend the left hand out. Feel like you're pushing it away as far as it will go, keeping the head over right ear to right shoulder, and then maybe even leaving the right hand on top of the head. A little bit of added weight as we stretch our trap. It's this muscle that's connecting our neck into our shoulder blade and even into our mid-back. And the more actively you can kind of pull that arm and shoulder socket away from the neck, the bigger of a stretch you'll get. And let's switch. So drop the right hand and bring the left hand up if you'd like. Gently come out of that. Let's find ourselves on all fours. So do a couple of cat and cows. Let's start with an inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the head and the chin, leading with the heart for cow. And then exhale, blow it away, bring the belly button up towards the ceiling, pushing the floor away with the hands. One more each direction. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, push the floor away, dome the back for cat. I'll come back to a neutral tabletop. Let's go ahead and bring the left arm out to the side. See if you can bring that arm up and away toward the ceiling. And let's thread the needle. Bring the hand in between the arm and the leg, resting our shoulder on the ground, and you can reposition that right arm wherever it's comfortable. Do you think you can rotate just a little further? Maybe peek at the ceiling under that arm. And let's come back to center. Bring the right hand up and away. Really trying to get our shoulder blades closer together. And then let's thread the needle. Back to tabletop. Let's find a good plank and push back into downward facing dog. And inhale, look up at your hands. And exhale, step up towards your hands. Inhale, halfway rise, nice long flat back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands up overhead. Then find your mountain. Let's continue back into it. Inhale the hands up. Coming into a sun A, so dive on forward. Coming up halfway. Exhale, let it go. Step back and lower to the belly. Here we're gonna do a couple of cobras. So on the inhale, lift the head up, really use those back muscles. Try not to use the glutes too much. Lighten through the hands, and exhale, set it down. Inhale up for cobra, pushing through the pinky toe sides of the feet. Exhale, release. Let's make it our biggest last cobra yet. Very good. Well, from here, we're gonna do a little bit of a variation. I'm gonna bring my arms out just a little bit further in front so they have a little bit more surface area with the ground. As we're gonna go and do a sort of, I call it a cobra wild thing variation, because it's like we're in cobra, but we're also flipping our leg over, sort of a wild thing motion. So this is what we're gonna do here. So starting with the right leg, bring it up, and let's try to touch the ground if we can behind us on the left side. And bring it back to center. Let's go ahead and go to the other side. So bringing that left leg back behind you, hopefully coming into contact with the floor on the right side. And back to center. Go ahead and inhale, push up, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look up, and exhale, step up. Inhale, halfway rise, just leading with the heart, and exhale, release. Inhale, root to rise, hands up overhead, and mountain pose. Inhale the hands up, dive forward toward your toes. Inhale halfway, and exhale, plant the hands all the way to the belly. Now this time, instead of a cobra, or a variation of cobra, we're gonna do Sphinx. So bring the forearms down toward the ground, palms nice and flat. We have energy through the crown of the head, sort of pulling the spine up and away toward the ceiling. Engage the abs so we're not completely dumping into the low back here. And if you need, push into the pinky toe sides of the foot. One more breath. Bring the hands back to the ribs and let's push up back into downward facing dog. On the next inhale, look up, and exhale, step up. Inhale halfway, exhale, release. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, mountain. Now we are going to be going into a sun B variation. So let's inhale the hands up overhead and sit back into our chair. Now make sure that your feet are about hips distance apart. Your knees are not extending over your toes, and you've engaged the core, bringing the hips sort of up into the ribs. Let's find prayer hands. We're gonna do a couple of twists here. These are open twists. So keeping the body upright, leading with the chest. Couple more on each side. Back to center. Let's inhale the hands up and exhale, forward fold. Now inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, step back, find your downward facing dog. And hold our down dog for just a moment while we sort of find this pose. Making sure our palms are sealed down toward the floor, pushing through the thumbs and index fingers. Energies through the top of the thigh bones or the sitting bones are pushing back toward the back of the mat. Now let's come on down to the forearms. Option to keep your palms down or hands clasped together for dolphin. Stay here for a few breaths. Really try to focus on long, deep inhales and elongated, even longer than that inhale for the exhales. One more breath. Let's push back up, downward facing dog. Bring the right foot up and bring it on through. Spin the back heel down. We are going to rise up into a reverse triangle. So palm is facing the back of the mat. Spine is up toward the ceiling. We're not back bending. And that front leg is straight. Now let's flip the palm down, lean our spines out, finding regular triangle. Bring the hands down, spin the feet so that our feet are parallel with the ends of the mat. Let's clasp opposite elbows and let the head hang as we find ragdoll in a sort of wide-legged variation. I always enjoy a good ragdoll as it is a good chance for gravity to sort of take the weight off of your lower spine. Doing any sort of inversion like this can be very helpful if you have, lower back pain, as it's taking all the weight it normally bears away. Now come back to the top of the mat. Right foot with the left. Downward facing dog. Now let's inhale the left foot up and bring it on through. Spin the back heel down. Reverse that palm as we find reverse triangle. And leading with the palm, nice long spine. Finding regular triangle. Hands down toward the mat, feet parallel with the ends, finding wide-legged ragdoll. Once again, hands toward the top of the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step up. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands up overhead. And exhale, back to mountain. This sun bee, we will be starting off in a similar way. Bring the hands up overhead and sitting back into our chair, finding our hands in prayer, but this time we will be doing a closed rotation or turn. So coming over to the right side, let's hook that left elbow outside of the right knee. Let's hold this twist here for just another breath. And then on the inhale, let's come back to center. And exhale, forward fold. Let's go ahead and step back into downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right leg up and bring it on through. Keep that back heel lifted as our hips are facing the front of the mat for crescent. Let's bring our hands back down into prayer. We're gonna find that twist one more time. So inhale and exhale, twist. Hooking the left elbow outside of the knee, making sure there's equal pressure between the two. Inhale one more time. And exhale, plant the hands, bring that back foot up to meet the other. And let's hang here for another ragdoll. Always have the option to just leave the hands kind of hanging, or you can clasp the opposite elbows. Now let's go ahead and inhale halfway and exhale, release. Inhale, root to rise, hands up overhead. Let's go ahead and exhale, sit back into our chair, and let's do everything again on the left side. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, find that twist on the left side. Inhale one more time. And exhale, let it go. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Now inhale that left leg up and bring it on through. Keeping the back heel lifted. Find that crescent pose. Let's bring our hands into prayer. Inhale, a tall spine. And then exhale, find that twist. One more inhale. And exhale, plant the hands, bring that back foot up. Ragdoll for just another breath. Now let's plant the hands and bring our feet about mat distance apart. Lower the sitting bones. If you need, grab a block. You are more than welcome to sit on one for our yogi squat. Now let's find our squat first, as we're going to be coming into a yogi squat with a twist. So make sure that whatever you're doing, there's equal pressure between the elbow and the knee. Our chest is lifted, energy is through the crown of the head. Now let's plant the left hand and swing the right hand back behind us, causing a twist. And inhale back to center. And exhale, plant the right hand and swing the left hand up and back. Inhale back to center. Now go ahead and remove your block. I'm gonna set it over to the side. As we come back, laying on our back, we're gonna find a banana. So, bringing the hands up overhead, be sure to grab the left wrist with the right hand. Swing that upper body over to the right. If this is big enough of a side body stretch for you, then stay here. Otherwise, cross the left leg over the right. Really big full side body stretch. And inhale back to center. Switching the hands, left hand's grabbing the right wrist, upper body over to the left, and then cross those legs if you want. On your next inhale, come back to center. And if you've got a block, go ahead and grab it. And come into a supported bridge. So bring your feet below your knees, lifting the hips, and set that block just under your sitting bones. Going to relax here in this pose for just 2 breaths. Last one. Let's pull that block out. Gently lower the sitting bones. Tuck those knees in. Give them one great big hug. Option to always come back and do your little back massage, rocking and rolling. Finding stillness, let's go ahead and extend the legs out and do one last full body stretch. So really reaching through the toes, through the fingertips. And then hands down at the side. Make sure you're comfortable for the Shavasana. So we'll sit here for about a minute. Come back to your breath. Find the deep inhale. And let it go. Can you feel all of that positive energy that you just created in your spine today? I hope that we loosened up some parts and maybe made some things that were stuck feel less sticky. Or maybe just took some weight off of some vertebrae that really needed it. One more deep breath in through the nose. And let it go. Thanks for joining me today on this spinal health flow. May your yoga practice continue to thrive.